turkey, onions, which I really, really like. Underneath I have tomato and raw mushrooms. And I have cucumber dressing on the side, but I won't get to that until I get to the mushrooms. The other day I put ground turkey and onions in KD. Wow, that was delightful. Thank you for everyone for being patient with me. Sometimes I just take a break from eating videos because you can't imagine this, but sometimes I feel watched when I eat, and sometimes I just like to eat alone. But I plan on making more videos recently, so try a raw mushroom here. Mushrooms starting to look pretty good again. They're looking pretty bad there for a while, so I never got any. So what are you guys doing today? I'm going to another town with my mom to get our groceries and crap. It's a week shopping basically. But going there for a drive, and yeah, there isn't much to say about that. I started this book for the exercises that are in this book, and I wrote 15 pages yesterday while the exercises. It's quite simple yet, and I know it is, but I thought I'd redo everything from scratch just to, I don't know, have a basis and look back and see if I know anything different later on. I found this show that was made, I would say 93, 95, on YouTube, called Ran Dan. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. It's like Absolutely, but it's all in Gaelic. And these two guys that play old women. The main character is known as, I think it's pronounced Shesif Lexi. Standing Lexi. I think it's Standing Lexi. I don't know why she's called that, but it's really funny. I can't really describe it because it's like, okay, well, like, he went to see a friend in the hospital, and the friend was also a guy, and, like, dressed as a woman, and the friend was in hospital because she was constipated. So, most of it's like them talking about the other patients in the beds and stuff. Kind of makes it funny. But in the end, the other lady in the bed that was constipated finally could go to the toilet. And Standing Lexi went away. Well, she's there, would you get me some orange juice? And she's there, would you like some different kind of juice? She said, no, just go. Because she wanted privacy, right? So like, she came back. She's sitting on the bedpan, and she didn't know, like, Standing Lexi. And so she said, you're looking pale, dear. What's wrong? Should I call the priest? So the priest was going past, and she said, hey, come over here. Cause and the one in the bed is there like, no, stop, get away. It's hard to explain, so you have to watch it. I found something kind of sad about my ancestry the other day. One of my ancestors, Moses Black, Moses, of all names, I have to call your kid Moses. So anyways, he came from Ireland to Canada. I would say the 40s, 1840s. I'm not quite sure. Him and his family lived up Carleton Way, which is Ottawa Way. So anyways, I found his death certificate in, like, the Ontario death certificates on Ancestry.com, and, like, initially it says found dead. Okay. You can be found dead in your house. He was old, he was 88. So I never gave him much thought that, you know, he's found dead. Chances are he lived a good old life and dropped dead and, you know, died in his sleep. I don't know. That's what I thought originally. It never told the whole story, though, on the death certificate. They never mentioned found dead in a field, beaten to death. I found an article of that time pertaining to him. And apparently he was going to the post office of somewhere with some packages, and he never came home. After a while, his family kind of got worried, and his son eventually found his body out in the middle of the field. And it's so funny how, like, someone that's been dead for over 100 years can affect you like that, but it really made me sad because he was 88 years old. Especially like in those days, who's around to beat to death an 88-year-old man? I posted it to Facebook because I wanted my aunts and stuff to see it. I don't know if they know the details. And I like mentioned second murder in my ancestry or something like that. And I got thinking, no, that's the third. I got Dante, I got Mary Esty, and I got him. Back with the nose. I think, I try to imagine, like, my ancestors' lives in Ontario, like, on my dad's side, his mom's side. Compared to, like, my grandfather back in New Brunswick and all his family. I think the Ontario ancestors are a little bit more, they live closer to actual towns. And that, you know, the people they knew weren't always their relatives. Because if you did something in Barnesville, you'd know about it. Like back in New Brunswick. Sorry. Sorry. Like, I was thinking about them, and they lived between, I'm being boring today. I don't know what else to talk about. They lived between McNabb and, I think they originally moved to McNabb. But then they lived like around Renfrew. Anyone who's up there knows. I've been as far as, we went to Rockland once. Like, predominantly French speaking. But that's that way. Up Ottawa way. Carleton, I don't think I've been as far that way. I've been to Merrickville though. Merrickville is like a little picturesque, wealthy town. The whole place looks like it was made especially for tourists. But it is a nice little town. I don't think where they lived was actually that far from there. trying to think in my head. Going along up north there, came up there. See, back in those days, those little towns actually had relatively decent population, because I looked up the counties and like the founding families and stuff. They were pretty packed. Compared to Burnsville in Aubrae County. Aubrae County basically had its founding families, and that was it. They stayed there. And same with Barnesville. There's people there that first came there and they stayed there, right? You had a choice in who to marry. Up in McNabb when you didn't Barnesville. There's a story in my family that... Oh, who was he to me? He would be my great-great-great-grandfather. Henry Hazard. I have Hazards back there too. I never mentioned him before. He came from Somerset. I don't know when. And for some reason, he thought he'd moved to Barnesville. Well, Taunton's were up in Barnesville, along with everyone else that was married into that family. The story has it, he built a house in between the Kerrs and the Cassidys. And as a young man, the Kerrs had a young daughter his age, and the Cassidys did too. And both of the families wanted him to marry the daughters. He did too. Phoebe Ann Cassidy. She died of TB when she was 38, left 3 kids. After that, Henry, I don't know, went to the States or something for a while. Came back. I don't even think he died in Canada. I think he died in Maine or someplace. Had enough of that. Well, peoples, I'm sorry I wasn't too interesting today. Not much to say. I also don't make videos too, because I think I'm just being boring. So I just won't make any. But anyways, take care everyone, and have a good day.